Keeler Show today.
Why do we always listen?
Keeler's always in the know.
It makes me want to call him
And tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started.
It's time to getting started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Good morning, and I want to say to all of my Chinese friends out there, Han Chao, Ching Cham, Panan, New Year. That isn't real. I did make it up, but I've always wanted to be able to speak Mandarin or Chinese because it is such an amazing language when you look at it and when you listen to it.
I think it's
Happy New Year.
Kianan Kuali. If I'm, hold on, let me see.
I've been getting that babble to try to figure it out, and I just can't seem to follow it.
Hold on, here it is.
新年快乐.新年快乐 to all. And to all, a good night.
So that you can hear it
Happy
properly.
New Year.
Pull up my computer here.
All
We'll just
right,
make
I
sure
can
we
do
get
it.
it right.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. In case you want to be polite today and wish someone a happy Lunar New Year. It's not edit PC. It's co-host PC.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
新年快乐.
新年快乐 to you.
Yeah, there we go.
And you want to get the dialect down a little bit.
新年快乐.
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 Almost, she goes a little, 新年快乐.
Yeah, you're getting it.
新年快乐.
新年快乐.
Yeah.
新年快乐.
快乐. I would never be able to, I'm telling you right now, I would never be able to learn Mandarin.
Of course,
Chinese.
to be honest with you, I do believe there's only one real Lunar New Year song that we should really pay much attention to. And let's see if I can get it to play. It's coming up here in a second. There's only one. What do you think that one song is that is the great Lunar New Year song?
I don't know. That's tough here.
There's only one, Andrew. There is only one. And here it is.
Hold it now, I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop, think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss. I like the sushi, cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust
Sushi,
rhymes. Big like
wasabi.
me and vibes, because I'm all about value. Bert Kemper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me, but
Good old
I
bare
bust
naked
through.
lady.
Gonna make a break and take a pick out like a sinking, you can shake it like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gotta see the show, cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go, cause it's so dangerous, you'll have to sign a waiver. I can't help it if I think you're funny when you're mad. Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad.
This, of course, is
Laughs at a funeral, can't
Chinese favorite, One Week, by the Bare Naked Ladies. I don't know exactly where the chickadee comes in. When does it come in? Chickadee, China?
Oh,
the Chinese
it's
chicken?
coming out.
Yeah.
That's a reach.
I don't think it's a reach. It's the Lunar New Year song.
If it was the year of the chicken. Here it is.
There we go. There we go. This is
Good
like
morning, YouTube.
blowing
Digging
off
there.
one of those horns on New Year's. It's very exciting.
Here we go.
Chickadee, China, the Chinese chicken.
A highly anticipated lyric.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking.
Yeah.
Watching X-Files with no lights on. With all our maze on. I hope the Smoky Man's in this one like
They were celebrating Chinese New Year long before we even knew it was a thing.
They were
Yeah.
one of the biggest bands of
Ladies
the 90s.
and gentlemen, Jing, how'd she say it again? Could you repeat that again? Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Here we go.
Here it is. And drum roll.
新年快乐.
新年快乐. Davey, 新年快乐. Say it back to me. Be polite. Come on. Don't be like
新
that.
年快乐，
新年快乐.
Senior choir.
It's close. It's close.
Getting there. Getting there.
You actually just said, give me a big fish. You got it a little. Sim yum kwaya. Sim yum.
Sing yum.
Sim yum.
See yum.
Sim
Seam.
yum.
Yum.
Kwayum.
Choir.
That's not right, Bill. You just made him say, sorry, I hit your horse.
I hit Smokey the Bear today.
It is a very exciting day for a lot of kids who are out of school today.
Yes.
And it is the largest, by the way, the most important Chinese holiday. I don't know if you know that. We'll learn more about it as the day goes on. We can have a little fun with it, but isn't that what we're supposed to do? Celebrate, dance to the music. Bunch of
nice reference.
Bunch of stuff to get to today. We'll speak with Ray Stajic and see what is left of this. Boy, I got to tell you one thing. I've got a few things on my mind that I got to get off my chest. If you can't drive in light snow, what are you going to do when it really snows?
Stay home.
You can stay home. You can call an Uber. Put chains on your car. If you're struggling driving down, I'm telling you, I had to pass people this morning. And you know, they're like, oh, look at that jerk. He's got four-wheel drive, so he thinks he can pass people and drive erratically.
I think I can.
No, I'm not driving 8 miles an hour. It's not that bad, for God's sakes. And listen, I get it. I don't want you getting in an accident.
No, nobody wants
But if you
that.
can't drive in this, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you have to really be somewhere, get an Uber.
Or pull over every time you see a car in your rearview mirror. Pull over. Pull the hell over. Get out of the way, for God's sakes.
Get out of the way.
You're impeding commerce in America. This is terrible. No, Andrew. You think I'm kidding? I swear. 8 miles. It's on my speedometer. 8 miles an hour for 2 miles.
You have to realize
2 miles on a straight stretch with maybe an eighth of an inch of snow on the road. I get it. To the north, it's probably, they probably got a foot or something. I don't know. But here, it ain't that bad.
Well, especially we've been dealing with it since
and
the
can
New
we
Year.
believe they've closed all schools today because of the storm? Boy. Sorry, you were saying. I've got you here. You're up. You keep losing it. Sim yum kwai lo.
I got to keep this plugged in.
新年快乐，
Sim yum kwai la. Davey, sim yum kwai la. Now, if you say sim yum kwai la, it means you hit a deer.
Here's this. Ready? Come on.
I'm ready.
加快，
Jia kwai. What does that mean?
Speed up.
Speed up.
加快，
Not Jia kwai. The people are waiting for their order. And I do wonder if Chinese restaurants actually take today off.
No,
because
come
of
on.
they're a
Everybody's
very
celebrating.
hard-working population. They work on Christmas. They work on Chinese New Year, probably.
Let me see.
Today in the program...
they open at 11.
Today on the program, Ray Stajic with the Weather Channel. We'll speak with Ray in a little while. The other thing about being Asian, and I do have to say, is you can be very offending to people if you assume they're Chinese. The language,
God, yes.
and depending on what part of China you're from, the language varies significantly. And you got to find the right area for and not to mention it's a very complex language to begin with. And then on top of it, you might not be Chinese. And the rest of us are like, well, you must be celebrating today. I don't celebrate the Chinese New Year. I'm Japanese, or I'm Korean or something. Tanya Powers is on this morning. Apparently, Mayor Adams in New York City is ill. There's something going on.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and New York being a sanctuary city, there are Republicans who want him to testify.
Although he's one of the mayors of sanctuary cities that is being cooperative with Homan.
Well, and so is the governor.
Yeah.
And the reality would be, I think we could all agree that if you're out there and you're a murderer or you're some sort of a criminal, then you should be expelled from the country. The problem is, for every 100 people they're rallying and rounding up, There are another 50 of them, and some of them have been born in the United States, some of them, so it is getting very, very complex. But you know what? We'll see where all of this ends up going. Jeremy Rosenthal with the Rosenthal Report.
The Rosenthal
He'll be on
Report.
today. County Executive Anthony Pacini and the Hometown Heroes program. He'll be on the phone. The first thing we're going to do is wish him a very happy Chinese New Year.
Xin Mao. Sorry.
新年快乐，
Simyam Kwaila. Practice it so you can deal with it. Simyam Kwaila.
See, even if you hear it a bunch, it's difficult.
新年快乐，
Simyam Kwaila.
I think it's Xin Yen.
新
Sinyan?
年快乐，
Let me hear it again.
新年快乐，
Yeah, you may be
like
right.
an
It may
M
not be an
sound.
M. It's Sinyan.
Well, I'm also
Sinyan
looking at
Kwaila.
the...
Sinyan Kwaila.
Yeah, there you go.
The principal of Notre Dame is coming on. There's a lot to talk about now about the new hockey program that's going on there. That's exciting. Ryan Nobles from NBC will give it a noble attempt this morning to chat with us live from
I see
Capitol
what
Hill.
you did there.
1 week after Trump and the confirmation hearings. And yes, our big fear was that the Buffalo Bills would blow this one. And Ryan is an Bills fan, and we all feel that way. So that's all of what's going on right now. Andrew will update the news coming up in a minute. We'll speak with Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel to see where this is going. The storm is in effect until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it will be continuing as the day goes on. How much are we going to get? I just don't know. I don't know. Which is why we always reach out to someone who knows. And that's Ray Stajic. Ray, good morning. Good morning.
Oh, that's me? That's me?
You're someone who knows.
We're going to go to you after the break, but we don't want to make you wait. You're busy.
I just want to say this to you, Ray, before we get started. Kinyo Waya Kwaya. Kinyo Kwaya.
No.
No?
新年快乐，
Sinyan Kwaya.
Does that mean enough?
It means Happy Lunar New Year to you.
Oh, okay, yeah. But
Sinyan Kwaya.
yeah, you got it. Sinyan Kwaya. Yeah, I got it. Right there, the calendar.
Not bad. I mean, when they say, do you speak, how many languages do you speak? You're like, well, I'm up to 2. I got to tell you, I got Chinese down pretty good here. So
I'm up to 2. Just remember, I wasn't always a meteorologist, right?
That's right. That's right. Sometimes other people and that speak different languages about the weather too.
Right, they do.
So, all right. So, other than following a car doing 8 miles an hour for 2 miles this morning on a dusting of snow,
Sure.
I'm having a wonderful day already. So, what are we thinking about this storm? And I'm assuming there are localized areas that are probably getting hit hard.
Up in North Utica, I got a lot.
You did get a lot.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, Ray.
Yeah, there's some lake enhancement, and let's remember, Erie's almost frozen over, but Ontario being a deeper lake and the flow is just perfect, that there is kind of that narrow band as you go into northern Oneida County and get up a little further north. So it's really the line from about Remsen and Stokes Corner north, even as you get into Boonville, and then Port Layton as you get into southern Lewis County, where you're getting some of the heavier snowfall. So there's going to be a band where there'll be more than less. A winter storm warning, Oneida County, counties north, some of the southern counties do have winter weather advisories. And, Bill, it's a little bit milder system, too. Actually, in Syracuse, as you go west on the thruway, with rain and snow. I don't think any rain here. We're in the upper 20s, low 30s, but snow nonetheless, a treacherous travel. The wind's going to pick up. And I think at times some of us will get some moderate to heavy bursts. Now, that means an additional maybe 2 to up to 6 inches with those, quote unquote, locally higher totals. And it could be like you said, Bill, somebody's going to say, well, I got 2 or 3 inches. And somebody's going to say, well, I got 8. I think that's the way it's going to go. And I do want to comment on what you said about the dusting of snowfall. Here's facts. Most car accidents in winter weather occur when there's less than 2 inches of snow. Why? Because people think that they can travel in less snow than more snow. When you get a big storm or a big blizzard, everybody just stays home. When there's less snow, you have more people traveling. So, it's
well,
kind of half a dozen of another.
And I don't want the person to drive if they're not confident. And clearly, if you're going 8 miles an hour and it's not that bad out, then chances are you have bad tires or you're just not a good winter driver. So to make that, I'm not the type of person that's behind them honking my horn and turning on my headlights. But at the first chance, let me tell you, at the first chance, I'm passing them.
You could be saying some bad things in a different language too, right?
Yes. And, I'll give it to them in English. That's Happy New Year and Lunar New Year speak. So
that's right. And
新年快乐。
but I do think over the next few days we've got more. I call it a zonal flow. So it's these systems will come in and we'll have more mild air rather than Arctic air with them. But there's opportunities every couple of days where we have these kind of weak little clipper type systems come through. Another one later in the week as we look toward Friday where the rain snow lines basically will line up right along the thruway from west to east out toward Buffalo, right toward Albany. And there'll be more snow north and then colder toward the weekend. And then another one coming in early next week. Might be some rain, believe it or not, for some of us, and then back to cold. And so as each of these systems pass, they look mild at first with maybe a little rain at times and then colder. And then it looks like even into next week. But no real big storms. So besides the lake enhanced or lake effect, in the North Country especially, nothing wrapping up on the East Coast in terms of nor'easters or blizzards. As we get into February, March, those are really the months where we see the most northeast snowstorms on the East Coast, and right now don't see it.
What's interesting is we've watched all of this, this really an old-fashioned style winter, even where we haven't, in areas like mine, where we haven't gotten that much snow. It's one of I remember as a kid, it would snow and then you wouldn't see the ground for another 4 or 5 months. And it's kind of been like that this year.
It has. And I didn't want to do the old back in the day thing, but I was thinking of it in my show notes and my prep. I was like, I don't know if I want to go there with Bill, the back in the day thing. But since you did, I'll tell
since you went there,
same thing. I agree. Listen, there's a bunch of snow, especially up on Tug Hill, 200 plus inches.
Wow.
Up near Montague for the season. But if you look into some of those local establishments and some of the bars where they track their annual snowfall, some of the winters they've had 300, even 400 inches of snow. So believe it or not, I think it's because of the drought we've kind of been in. It seems like a lot, but I think we've got, at least for this January, a winter with more typical. I mean, the 300-400 inches is the extreme. But, last year when I went up north, basically was staring at bare ground. This year, in some spots in Lewis County, there's 3 or 4 feet. And there's almost that now in some spots. And I think it's going to be pretty decent the next couple of days.
I forgot. Ray's a big snowmobile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Loves our area.
And I got to tell you, I feel bad for those people who finally, after last year, they were like, you know what? Screw
I'm selling my snowmobile.
I'm not keeping the insurance on this. I'm selling it. And now what do they could actually be snowmobiling right now. So.
Yeah, they could be. And, I'm pretty close to it. The areas that haven't had a lot of it now, they've just gotten more over the last 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
I know the area, so, you get up near Birmingham, they hadn't had much snow, but it looks like they filled in a little bit more. So, this is great for the industry, right? For the businesses up there. I mean, they don't get snow, and there's been places it's actually, because of the last few winters, have actually closed down. So it's good news all around. I think
it really is.
Really too upset.
Yeah. Now let's just hope once we get to March, we make the turn and we have a nice spring. That would be nice. We're going to need it.
Groundhog Day this weekend, so we're almost there, right?
We're almost there. In fact, I do have a woodchuck in my backyard living under a shed. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start monitoring him just to see what happens.
We've got to give him a name, though. Maybe give him a name in a different language.
Chuck.
In a different language. I think you're going in the right direction. And on that note, it brings us full circle, doesn't it? It really does.
It does.
As always, thank you, and Happy Lunar New Year.
This means...
谢谢雷.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. Say so, Ray. All right, you have a wonderful day, and thank you for the time. All right.
See you, gang.
Ray Stage with the Weather Channel.
新年快乐.
新年快乐. Happy Lunar New Year to you. Quick break, and we'll have Andrew with a quick update coming up here on this morning. If somebody driving in front of you doing 8 miles an hour, be polite. Pass that piece of garbage.
China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our maze on. I hope the smoking meds in this one, like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic. Like Sting and Pen Trick, like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
The fight to fix our nation and the fight for life go hand in hand, especially so when we see how abortion took center stage in the most recent election. Preborn has rescued over 300,000 babies by welcoming mothers with unplanned pregnancies and introducing them to their baby on ultrasound. Once she sees her baby and hears their heartbeat, her baby's chance at life doubles. Meet Deanna.
I'm at the doctor and they do a bedside sonogram. As I'm looking at the sonogram, the baby waves. And I looked, and that man said, I said, did that thing just wave at me?
Deanna knew that life was the only choice.
12 years ago, I prayed for this little boy, and to think about if I would have taken that abortion pill. So God saved him. Not only did he save him, he saved me in a different type of way.
Your tax-deductible donation of $28 sponsors one ultrasound. Please donate today. Just dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. Or go to preborn.com/BUCK. Sponsored by Preborn.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time 6:40. I'm Andrew Dermenio. Right now we have snow showers in the area still, 30 degrees. Our man Dave Olney, Chief Dave Olney of the Boonville Police Department, heading up to Boonville this morning saying 12 is nasty.
As you get to the north, they are getting this storm, and we may not be feeling the brunt of it here to the north. They certainly are, as Ray Stagik said. And congratulations to Trooper. Actually, he was Lieutenant Dave Olney, who just recently had a huge retirement party from the New York State Police. And it was, if there's an event, if you judge your life based on how many people show up for your retirement party,
you had an impact, Dave.
Dave had has a pretty good feel this morning.
Good man.
It was very impressive.
So to Chief Olney, drive safe.
All right.
UPD units responded to a call Tuesday afternoon about a man with a gun. Upon arrival, officers received a description of the suspect and quickly found an individual who matched it. When they attempted to apprehend him, he fled on foot, prompting a chase. The suspect managed to enter a residence on Walker Street where he barricaded himself in a second-floor bedroom. UPD crisis negotiators began efforts to communicate with him while Metro SWAT personnel arrived to manage the situation. 31-year-old Anthony Swain of Utica eventually exited the bedroom and was taken into custody without incident. He had several outstanding warrants for charges, including criminal possession of a weapon, 2 counts of aggravated harassment, and criminal mischief. A winter storm warning remains in effect for Oneida County as the area deals with heavy snowfall. The National Weather Service says some locations may end up seeing between 7 and 13 inches of precipitation. There are also concerns strong wind gusts of blowing snow could make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, especially during the morning and evening commutes. Updates on road conditions are available by dialing 511. The latest data from the state shows the number of flu cases continue to grow in the region. During the week ending January 18th, the spot with the highest infection total was Onondaga County with 504. That was followed by Oneida County with 209 and Oswego County with 127. Experts say the best way for people to reduce their risk of getting sick is to practice good hygiene and get a flu shot. A list of immunization clinics can be found online at vaccines.gov. And internet stars, the Paul brothers, are set to face off against each other. Jake and Logan announced on social media they will compete against each other on March 27th, but it's unknown exactly what kind of event it will be. Jake is coming off a win over Mike Tyson in that debacle of a charade in November, and Logan has boxed in the past, but social media posts weren't clear on what the two brothers will compete in. More information is expected to be announced on Thursday. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 6:43. Here's your forecast from Ray.
Atmosphere had to fight off some dry air, so totals have come down a bit still. Some spots, a couple of inches overnight. Still nasty out there with a winter storm warning. Wind advisory will kick in later this morning, so snow showers are blowing snow and falling temperatures, although just above freezing early, falling into the mid-20s this afternoon. Certainly going to make for some tricky travel. Chance of snow showers tonight, and it looks like we'll drop down to about 9 below zero with a wind chill. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, it's 30 with snowfall. It is 6:43.
I thought I'd switched it over, but I guess it's not. It's not. Let's see if I can do it there. There we go. If you're watching on YouTube, you'd be seeing Andrew. Technology has really got you going. You're like, oh,
the system sucks.
You're just.
It's either that or user error.
It
only
is,
asked for the 30-second weather bed to be programmed into the log.
All right. Let it go. Just let it go. Yeah.
I mean, when your forecast is 29 seconds and your weather bed's 21 seconds.
People that are listening don't really pay attention to this sort of thing, probably. Last night I watched a Saturday night, apparently part of their 50th anniversary. They have all these Saturday Night Live anniversary documentaries.
Yeah.
And they did one on I need some more cowbell.
I got a fever. The only prescription.
That line, I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
I put my pants on like everyone else, one leg at a time, except once my pants are on, I make gold records.
He was so good. And it's being called the greatest bit.
It might be.
On SNL in history. So anyway, they do a whole documentary on this bit, and you're like, how could that be? But it's very interesting to see how the bit developed, how it was Will Ferrell's bit, and that it kept getting rejected until Christopher Walken came in, and they're like, this might work for him. And it was the first bit out of the monologue.
Wow.
And they had done it in dress rehearsal, and it was okay. But then Will Ferrell said, you know what, I went back into the dressing room, and there's an interesting stink bug crawling across the... this is a stink bug. Oh, good. Anyway, he said, as I went back into wardrobe, I don't smash it. Oh, great. You got
It's not a stink bug. That's one of those
weird
weird ones.
Stink bugs, you
Stink
have to take
bugs
with a
are more
little
round.
piece of tissue and take
Smush them into your enemy's face.
Do not smush them, but take them to the toilet and flush them. Anyway, he said, I need a shirt that's tighter. I want the same shirt, but I want it tighter.
Yeah.
And then they went into this whole thing in this documentary about how they had the characters all messed up. The guy who looked like one character, Blue Oyster Cult, should have been playing the drums, not playing the guitar. And the members are like, see how he is, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon, sorry.
It's funny. Usually the other people
normally, right? He said he should have been playing guitar, not playing the drums. Anyway,
they had to keep him off camera because he always laughed. I mean, that was Fallon's big thing.
He could not stop. And in fact, through his entire tenure at Saturday Night Live, he became
so annoying.
The character who could not, the cast member
in
who
character
laughed. And that was a big no-no from what's his name. So it's a really cool. If you get a chance to check it out, it's I don't know where my wife found it, but it's on Peacock probably.
Interestingly enough, when Blue Oyster Cult came to the Adirondack Bank Center for a concert, I remember they said, because it was when I was on another station on OUR, and they said, you could do the introduction, but don't do anything with cowbell. Thinking, oh, they hate it, like they don't want to, like it's like one of those things that bothers them.
Yeah.
But then they came out and during the song, so they basically didn't want you to steal their thunder.
Yeah. So now Christopher Walken, on the other hand, in this documentary, it's very interesting. And I said to my wife, she said, well, I want to watch this. I'm like, we're going to watch a documentary on a skit on SNL, and the cowbell bit yeah, you're going to love it. It's going to be really good. And it was good. And it was an hour long, by the way.
That's so funny.
Anyway, it's worth watching. But the other part of this is Christopher Walken hates it. I mean, he's okay with it, but he hates it because... And wasn't a part of the documentary. He's not angry over it. He's just like, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Hasn't it passed?
It was like I was hosting SNL and I did
a bit. I play on Broadway or I do something. I make an appearance somewhere and it's highbrow and all of a sudden you got people in the audience and they're clanking cowbells. He said, enough is enough. But it's cool to watch if you get a chance to.
Guess what?
Check it out. And Mike this morning, and a couple of comments here this morning. I think letting the kids off from school for the Lunar New Year is a mistake. Do you know how many...
新年快乐.
新年快乐 to you too. How many ethnic or religious groups could make a claim that they should have a state day off because of something that's special to their specific group? And it turns out, and that's a conversation we had with Kaz Tangora. They're coming. There are going to be some Jewish holidays added as well if they haven't already. And now, ultimately, you got to do, 180 days of school? That doesn't change. What it does, though, is it extends the school year just a little bit out there, or maybe shortens up a winter break or a February break, something like that. And, Mike, you can cause big problems if you speak to somebody who's Chinese and you think they're Japanese. This is very true. They get very angry.
Well, rightfully so. I mean...
They think rather troubled history, especially during World War II. And you know that the Western world did a lot of making fun of them. And oftentimes having people who were not Chinese play Chinese people back in the day.
How about this?
明けましておめでとう.
That's Happy New Year in Japanese.
And Japanese completely different.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, today we've been having...
明けましておめでとう.
Yeah, you too, hon. Quick break. And we'll come right back here. Stand by at WIBX.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
Hi, Jeff Moyer here from Trailer Marketing Services, Route 233 in Clinton, New York.
Our family-owned and operated company knows everything about our products and will point you toward the perfect vehicle for your needs. Whether you need a dump trailer or have to haul a car, snowmobiles, or any cargo, we have the right brand for you. Don't settle for less than the best when you're shopping for a new trailer.
We have over 300 units in stock, discounted and ready to go today. So come see us at Route 233 in Clinton, New York, or shop online at trailermarketingservices.com.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Anthony Constantino. He's a local boy, a businessman, and a job creator, not a politician. He's the CEO of Sticker Mule. When he put the country's largest Vote for Trump sign on the roof of his building, the Democrat mayor threatened to put him in jail. But Anthony Constantino stood strong for free speech and Donald Trump. He refused to take down the sign. Now he's running for Congress to fill the seat being vacated by Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Constantino will fight to put our missile defense at Fort Drum, to protect our apple and dairy farmers, and to bring jobs and affordable housing back to upstate New York. Urge your Republican and Conservative Party leaders to support Anthony Constantino in the upcoming special election.
I'm Anthony Constantino, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Constantino for Congress.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Davey, don't go anywhere. I have something for you. And I do want to say, as I was thinking about something this morning, I'm trying to be positive, but there may be a radio station out there and its management that is telling guests, especially new ones, and we now know this to be true because we've been told, they were told not to, come on, that they are being told, don't go on that Keeler show. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. And the only thing I would say is, you tell me, what is better, a number 1 or a number 13? What is better?
Number 1.
You think? So number 1 is better than number 13?
Is there? I think there's only 13 radio stations in the area.
Yeah. So apparently it's not working. But hey, keep it up. It's working for us.
It's working great.
I need more cowbell.
Yeah.
I apologize. I've been drinking this morning. Davey, come over here, and we're celebrating 100. Or over here. Pick that up. And maybe we can get it on the camera. We're celebrating 100 years this year. And I want to bring it over there where it's set it up on the table.
Look at that. What is
Isn't that cool? And maybe you can read from it, Andrew.
That's
I'm going to try to switch.
I got to pull this out and do this.
A little bit further over that way. Yep, right there, right there. And now you can see it. Davey, hold it up. And Davey, read from it if you could. Or Andrew.
Where do I even start here?
I know there's a lot there. That's from Variety Magazine. 1945, it was an award given to WIBX in 1945 from Variety Magazine.
To WIBX for Education by Radio.
Education by radio. Yes.
Yeah.
We do that every day here. We do it every day. Every day.
That's cool.
Isn't that nice? So I had taken that to my father, and it was all beaten up, and he took the brass piece off. And then
he cleaned it up.
He cleaned up the wood, but didn't want to touch the brass because he feared that wasn't his specialty. Was always wood, right?
Yeah, it looks
so
good.
he cleaned up they refinished the wood piece, put it back on, and there you have it. So that can go on the wall here. It's 100 years of radio magic.
Radio excellence.
And you know this radio station used to play music, Andrew.
Oh,
it did back in the day, and a lot of different types of music.
Well,
we're going to count it down all the way to number 13.
Be dependent on. Oh, I see what you did there.
I got a bunch to get to here if you're all right with it. And some of it involves some local stuff. Obviously, we're dealing with some inclement weather out there, depending on where you are. So beware. Richard has been busy here this morning. Do you mind if I start with...
Actually, that's funny because Wayne said South Utica got... South Utica 2 got more than a dusting, but to get the real forecast, wait on Richard.
Well, I'm going to give it to you. Megan, I don't even know how to turn this thing on. Where is the switch to turn this thing on?
Here, let me see it.
Here. Everything got turned off. We're better off not turning the stuff off. Here's Richard. We have a winter storm warning all day today with high winds, too.
Here you go.
Several inches of snow. There we go. Several inches of snow. And another storm moving in with nasty weather and temperatures plummeting. I guess it's winter. I remember last February we had no snow and almost 2 weeks in the 50s and 60s. I completely do agree with that part of it. Do you realize the only New York State is celebrating the holiday with no school? All of the 49 states have school. Listen, I tried to explain this to somebody the other day, and they're like, I can't believe our kids aren't even going to school anymore. They all these holidays. No. I believe it's 180. You have to do 180 days of school. You're still going to do 180 days of school. Adding a holiday does not take away a day of school. And Hochul has signed this, I believe, 2 years into law, if you will. And it has been determined that 10% of students in New York State are Chinese. Therefore, we celebrate that holiday. You're going to see Jewish holidays being celebrated as well. And then, Richard, we got 6 to 8 inches of snow in New Hartford, and it's still snowing pretty good. That is I also live in New Hartford, but I don't live on the southern part of New Hartford. I would live on the more northern part of New Hartford, or central to northern. And we got maybe a dusting, maybe an inch or two maybe. But he says he got like 8 inches. So there you go, Richard. We have a lot to get to, a lot of stuff, including the Jeremy Rosenthal Report coming up.
It's 2025. Stop putting off that decision to buy a new mattress at Mattress Express. Take up to 5 years to pay for anything in the store with no money down for qualified buyers on qualified purchases. We have no credit check payment plans as well. No one else in New York State has all the brands under one roof that we have. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, Therapeutic, and more. If you consider getting a bed you can make soft or firm on each side, before you buy, shop the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort at Mattress Express. 45 individual settings on each side, from super soft to super firm. The flex head option in king or queen. 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers. Compare price, compare warranty, and compare features. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations or call 1-800-NEW-BED.
Hi, I'm New York State Health Commissioner Dr. Jim McDonald. I'm here to respond to lies being spread about the future of home health care in New York. There are businesses pushing a misinformation campaign to protect their own profits. It's meant to scare you into thinking that New Yorkers will lose access to home care. That's false. Your governor and I would never let that happen. So here's what you need to know. New York State has a new plan for a vital program known as CDPAP. Our plan will protect New Yorkers who rely on home care. It'll protect vulnerable people from businesses that haven't played by the rules, and it will protect taxpayers from middlemen that have abused Medicaid funding. Our plan will deliver better home care service. If you're a CDPAP home care user, you can keep your trusted caregiver. If you're a caregiver, it'll be easier for you to get paid. New Yorkers will get better care and better service at a better price. That's the truth.
A message from the New York State Health Department.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Don't want to go back to the office? Then just go. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump, who wants federal workers to stop working from home, is offering buyouts.
A memo sent to the federal workforce from the Office of Personnel Management is giving employees an option to leave their jobs with as much as 7 months of salary and benefits. But employees must decide to resign by February 6th. Not all federal employees are eligible. There are exemptions for military personnel, postal workers, immigration officials, and others in national security roles.
As Fox's Jared Halpern, a White House plan to freeze a lot of federal spending and grants so it can be reviewed, blocked by a federal judge who said it could cause irreparable harm. Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer agrees. On Wall Street, stock futures are up slightly the day after a rebound for the NASDAQ, up almost 400 points, gaining back more than half of the big plunge in the tech stock sell-off Monday. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, it's snowing, 29 degrees here in Marcy. Your full weather forecast is coming up. A winter storm warning remains in effect for Oneida County as the area deals with heavy snowfall. The National Weather Service says some locations may end up seeing between 7 and 13 inches of new precipitation. There are also concerns strong wind gusts and blowing snow could make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, especially during the morning and evening commutes. Updates on road conditions are available by dialing 511. The latest data from the state shows the number of flu cases continue to grow in the region during the week ending January 18th. The spot with highest infection total was Onondaga County with 504, followed by Oneida County with 209 and Oswego County with 127. Experts say the best way for people to reduce their risk of getting sick is to practice good hygiene and get a flu shot. A list of immunization clinics can be found online at vaccines.gov. Utica police responded to a call Tuesday about a man with a gun. Upon arrival, officers received a description of the suspect and quickly found an individual who matched it. When they attempted to apprehend him, he fled on foot, prompting a chase. The suspect managed to enter a residence on Walker Street where he barricaded himself in a second-floor bedroom. The UPD crisis negotiators began efforts to communicate with him while Metro SWAT personnel arrived to manage the situation. 31-year-old Anthony Swain of Utica eventually exited the bedroom and was taken into custody without incident. He's facing several charges. The initial incident concerning the weapon possession remains under investigation. If you shop at Wegmans, they're giving customers a heads up about a recall involving one of their more popular products. The supermarket chain says there are concerns that its food you feel good about chicken breast nuggets may contain bone pieces. The nuggets were sold in 46-ounce bags and had a best buy date of August 26, 2025. Anyone who bought the nuggets can either throw them out or return them for a refund. So far, no illnesses or injuries have been reported. Fans of the Dave Matthews Band now have a date they can circle on their calendars. The group is going to perform at Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse on Tuesday, May 17th. The Grammy Award winners have released a total of 10 studio albums during a career that's lasted decades. Tickets for the show go on sale Friday, February 21st at 10 a.m. through Live Nation. And the Chinese New Year begins today.
新年快乐.
That's right. Today is
and
the day.
You too.
The Lunar New Year is an annual 15-day celebration observed by upwards of 1 billion people around the globe. The Year of the Snake symbolizes the sixth animal in the Chinese zodiac cycle and is associated with character traits like wisdom, intuition, and charm. People born under the sign are typically believed to be intelligent, perceptive, and graceful. And with that,
新年快乐.
WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time 7:08.
Atmosphere had to fight off some dry air, so totals have come down a bit still. Some spots, a couple of inches overnight. Still nasty out there with a winter storm warning. Wind advisory will kick in later this morning, so snow showers are blowing, snow and falling temperatures, although just above freezing early, falling into the mid-20s this afternoon. Certainly going to make for some tricky travel. Chance of snow showers tonight, and it looks like we'll drop down to about 9 below zero with a wind chill. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now it's 29 and snowing at 7:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. The NFL Pro Bowl roster is shaping up. Steelers veteran quarterback Russell Wilson and Patriots rookie gunslinger Drake May were named to the AFC roster on Tuesday. They're replacing Bills star Josh Allen and Ravens dynamic quarterback Lamar Jackson. Any question or surprise those two are not participating after the tough losses?
No. And I'll tell you that people are asking today, a new study out, asking if people feel the day after the Super Bowl, the Monday after the Super Bowl, should be a holiday.
Yes.
And 55% of people believe it should be.
I agree.
I'm of the belief that as a Buffalo Bills fan, I think it should be a day of mourning.
No, that should be Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah. You know our history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. It's not going to be a fun Super Bowl this year.
No, it is not. Russell, is making his 10th Pro Bowl appearance and is the first Pittsburgh quarterback to earn a selection since Ben Roethlisberger in 2017. May is the second rookie quarterback in New England's recent history to make the exhibition game after Mac Jones represented the team in 21. Meanwhile, Buccaneers veteran signal caller Baker Mayfield earned a spot on the NFC roster in place of Commanders rookie Jaden Daniels. The Pro Bowl kicks off from Orlando on Sunday.
Isn't it flag football now?
Yeah, it's
stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Not even worth watching, in my opinion.
The Giants are likely to upgrade the quarterback position during the offseason. General Manager Joe Schoen confirmed on Tuesday that he has met with Colorado signal caller Shedeur Sanders. Schoen was complimentary of Sanders as a player and as a student of the game. the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, threw for 4,134 yards and 41 touchdowns last season. New York went 4-13 and has a third overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. I'll be interested to see if Deion says, no way you're going to the Giants. Kind of like what Eli Archie did for Eli in San Diego, saying you're not going to go play for the Chargers. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. And the Jets still have to fill out their coaching staff. Detroit Lions passing game coordinator Tanner Engstrand is a candidate to become the Jets' new offensive coordinator under Aaron Glenn. The Green and White hired Glenn following a successful tenure as the defensive coordinator of the Lions. Texans quarterbacks coach Jared Johnson and the Rams assistant Nick Caley are also in the running for the job. And the Syracuse basketball team, if you even care to stay up late to watch them, they'll be playing against the Stanford Cardinal at Maple Pavilion in California.
11 o'clock game.
Yeah, they haven't played since Saturday when they lost to Pittsburgh 77-73 and saw the record this season drop to 9 wins and 11 losses. 11 p.m. on ESPN. Do.
It is the Chinese Lunar New Year today, the year of the snake.
The year of the snake.
He's so tired of seeing snakes on a plane. And this year he'll get more of the same. Cause he's on a Boeing jet that might just go down in flames or suffer further delays. Cause it's the year of the snake.
I have had
it with these mother snakes on this mother plane.
新年快乐.
Yes, happy Lunar New Year to you, to Samuel L. Jackson, to Al Stewart, and everyone celebrating today. Happy Lunar New Year. Is that would that be considered yacht rock? Year of the cat?
I think so.
Year of the snake?
蛇年.
That's Year of the Snake.
Oh, Year of the Snake. Thank you, Missy. All right, coming up, we'll do Jeremy Rosenthal, the Rosenthal Report, County Executive Anthony Pacenti, coming up in a second. And then I'm going to tell you, we're doing our own groundhog event. I have now, didn't tell you this, but I'm going to try to find a way to get it up on the screen. Maybe you can show it onto the camera, Andrew.
That's outside your house?
This is outside my home in front of the shed. There it is. And we're going to put a camera on that on Monday, because Sunday is Groundhog Day. On Monday, I'm going to put a big head of lettuce outside the shed. And if the groundhog comes out to eat the lettuce...
The woodchuck?
The woodchuck comes out to eat the lettuce, it means what?
It means, I don't know, it's going to snow more.
It means 6 more weeks of winter?
It means it was hungry.
Yeah. Right, he's coming out because he's hungry, and it'll be 6 more. He's getting more to bring in.
农历新年快乐.
Yes, I agree with you, but do you really want to say that on the radio? That's all I'm saying. But that'll be Monday. I can't wait for the event. The camera's all set up. We're ready to go. The year of the woodchuck, at least coming up this weekend for Groundhog Day. Davey, Hobica's free money question of the day happens later on in the hour. How much money are we looking at today here on this Wednesday morning?
But first, we just had a complaint about they can't hear us on YouTube. They can see
yes. Dana had said.
Oh.
no audio.
Right. Lovely. I'll work on that. Okay?
$200.
$200 this morning. Chance for you to win. $200 from the Hobica Law Firm. We'll get to it coming up at WIBX.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
We're your complete appliance center, Dave Hayes.
Level up your cooking capabilities with a KitchenAid electric induction range. The induction cooktop offers precise control for a full range of cooking techniques. In the oven, even heat, true convection, and air fry mode allow you to brown and crisp your favorites. See the range that combines the precision of induction with the power of air fry at Dave Hayes Appliance Center, 5168 Commercial Drive, Yorkville, or online at davehayesappliance.com.
Looking for an insurance agency that treats you like family? Look no further than WB Payne Insurance, a family-owned and operated agency serving the community for over 65 years. At WB Payne Insurance, they understand that family comes first, and they're here to protect what matters most to you. Whether it's your home, your car, or your business, they've got you covered. WB Payne Insurance. Learn more or get a quote today by visiting WBPayneCo.com. WB Payne Insurance, protecting your family like it's their own, with smart solutions to save you money.
When disaster strikes, the food supply is the first domino to fall. It can start quietly, an emergency alert, a breaking news headline. But within hours, reality sets in. People rush to grocery stores, emptying shelves of everything from bread to canned goods. Lines stretch out the door, tempers flare, and desperation takes hold. And no matter who's in charge these days, you simply can't rely on the government to bail you out. That's why having an emergency food supply on hand is the right move for you and your family. Right now, you can get $50 off a 4-week emergency food kit at mypatriotsupply.com. They're an American company trusted by millions, offering 2,000 calories per day with essential vitamins and minerals to keep you strong during a crisis. This food will be there for you when you need it, since it lasts up to 25 years and can ship out to you next day. Go to mypatriotsupply.com now to get $50 off your 4-week emergency food kit. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Open registration for the Boilermaker Road Race is live, and people are sprinting to Boilermaker.com to grab their racing bibs before they're gone. And they're going fast. More than half of the 15K running bibs have already been spoken for, so time is running out to reserve your spot at the starting line and punch your ticket to the world's best post-race party with live music, drinks, food, and surprises. This year's Boilermaker is shaping up to be bigger and better than ever. So run, don't walk to Boilermaker.com to sign up for one of America's favorite races. See you at the starting line on July 13th.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey there, Kathy. Stand by. I'll get to you coming up in a second. First, though, ladies and gentlemen, on the line, the one and only Jeremy Rosenthal with the one and only Rosenthal Report.
The Rosenthal Report.
Oh, it's a little extra explosion there.
Yeah, because he's extra explosive this morning.
Pieces flying everywhere. Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, and thanks for taking part in the Rosenthal Report.
Good morning. We cannot be shut down. We are here, and we are storming.
Storming?
Yeah, right.
That's right. Just like Schwarzkopf. We are storming Rosenthal.
That's us. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So let's. How about we're celebrating the Lunar New Year for the Chinese people here in New York State. Schools are closed today. Big day today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll celebrate with you. How's that? I'm just going to call the court and be like, guys,
sorry.
We're not doing this.
Ready? Here's what you have to say when you call.
农历新年快乐.
新年快乐, which says
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah.
Happy New Year to you.
All right, so we're going to start with, is it the executive orders is what you want me to start with?
Yes, there are so many.
Man.
There are so many executive orders.
You look at his desk and there's like this giant pile and a lot of executive orders. What do you think about all this?
Well, first off, do you guys have the Cheesecake Factory in Utica?
We have one in nearby Syracuse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They all look kind of like the menu there from that. And I think his first executive order was to create more of those. So
That's right. Recycle them. They need an update on their menus. So
That's Doge. Doge is going to come in and say, let's be efficient here. Okay,
it's a very large menu.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what an executive order is and what an executive order isn't, because I think there's a lot of confusion there, right? People think that there's these big lightning bolt of we're gonna build a fortress under the sea, and we're gonna whatever.
Okay, easy now. Sorry. Okay.
So when we break down the government, right, we've got Congress, who's got certain powers in the Constitution. We've got the courts that regulate, and the executive. Sort of these orders are somewhere in the middle, right?
Yes.
An executive order is basically a direction to the government on how we're going to run things around here. Mostly these are administrative. Most executive orders are not too sexy. They're not too exciting. They're really mundane stuff. But an executive order obviously cannot break the law. It can't, order executions.
Sure.
And it can't violate the Constitution. The vast majority of the president's executive orders have not been challenged. The Gulf of America, for instance, he can order all the map makers that work for the federal government to call it the Gulf of America. And now he can't order Tim Cook to do it from Apple.
Right. Who's not.
Although CNBC had a report yesterday that Google will change it.
Google is doing it. It was why I will not use the Google Maps anymore. Give me a break. This is so stupid. I think it's stupid personally, but
get your T-shirt now. Look, I mean, right. So anyway, yeah. So he can do things like that. But he's obviously drawn some challenges to the more controversial ones.
Obviously, like birthright citizenship is now they're trying to debate this, but it goes back to the 14th Amendment. Now you're messing with the Constitution. It's not simple as an executive order, or is it?
It's simple because it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
And you can kind of say, look, well, this was the intent behind it, but when the language is clear on its face, you can't really I mean, we complain a lot about judges writing the law from the bench. We don't like that.
Right.
And so for a judge to say, well, it says if you were born here, you're a citizen, but does that really what it means? Let's think about this. That's what we hate with judges, right? So I don't know that will get a lot of purchase. You had an 87-year-old Ronald Reagan appointee who chewed out the U.S. attorney in Seattle for this. This one's not going to go too far. Now, maybe for Donald Trump, maybe this was a sacrificial lamb, Yeah. Maybe he was like, all right, I'm going to throw out 50 of these and everybody's going to be, all the fish are going to be, and piranha are going to chew up this one, but this is the one I really want here, the Gulf of America. They're not going to challenge that one.
Right.
So maybe that was an issue there. The deal yesterday with all the federal freezing, that got enjoined immediately because Congress had already authorized a lot of that money to be spent. So that would be an instance where, okay, Mr. President, you can't overrule Congress. And what Trump was trying to do was saying, look, I'm just auditing this. I just want to make sure that you guys are in compliance with the executive priorities here, and then I'll fund it. The problem is Congress had already funded most of it. He tried to make clear, look, I'm not screwed with Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, right? That would turn the tables on him real quick. But he was trying to make that clear. Either way, it got enjoined. DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiency, was not enjoined. That was sued right after Trump took office. But the courts in that instance are still reviewing it, but they didn't block it. So he has won some victories here.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and he has, and listen, he is the president of the United States with control of the House of Representatives and the Senate. However, that's still not enough to change the Constitution, right? You need a 2/3 vote in order to amend the Constitution.
That's hard. The change here, if you really want to affect immigration policy, and if you really want to functionally limit birthright citizenship, right? The complaint is not, look, you shouldn't be a citizen because your parents weren't citizens. The complaint is your parents shouldn't piggyback on that so they can retroactively become citizens. That's the complaint, right?
Right.
That can be fixed legislatively. And,
I agree. Yep.
So that's the issue that if you're trying to affect change, you can't. The current law says that your parents cannot apply for citizenship or cannot piggyback until the minor child is 21. So you've already got some issue or protection there. But look, we're talking about it, aren't we?
Yeah.
So maybe that's a win for Donald Trump. Maybe that's how he's operating.
Yeah. Jeremy, now, a lot of with these executive orders, what happens ultimately, and it may be by design, is Trump may know that he's going to get sued and it would be going to a federal court and then may eventually end up in the Supreme Court. And that's by design.
I think you're exactly right. I think that his lawyers came in and said, this one, we'll try it, but I don't think this one's going to work. And yes, look, I mean, if he is, politicians everywhere play to their base, right? Letitia James, New York State, suing Donald Trump. That's good politics for her. That gets her reelected.
Yeah.
Alvin Bragg going after Donald Trump. That gets him reelected. Donald Trump essentially throwing this out there and having all these other people attack him. That's good politics for him. That's playing to his base. So that's how this works.
That's how he got. And listen, that's really how he got reelected. He was able to take all of these indictments and turn it into a perceived witch hunt, and it worked. I think people just got frustrated with all of it. So interesting stuff. There's a lot out there. The other thing is, if you could just quickly touch on the general thought is maybe it's a crapshoot when you go to the Supreme Court because he now has, if you will, a Donald Trump majority on the Supreme Court. However, Supreme Court members often tend to disappoint. Right?
I wouldn't tell them that to their face. No, look.
Yeah, that's right. Don't tell them that. Well, they may disappoint a president who thinks, all right, I've got this one in the bag. And ultimately, it's the Constitution. It's their perception of the Constitution, their interpretation. It's a little, I think it means a very big deal to each and every one of those Supreme Court members.
I think you're exactly right. And let's juxtapose a different executive order. There's one got a lot less attention. There's a federal government, I don't know what you would call it, a guideline, a policy, an edict that's called Section F. Section F has to do with federal workers. And Donald Trump, one of his executive orders has to do with reclassifying Section F to make people easier to fire. Now, when you work for the federal government, you still get all the due process the federal government has to give you. That means freedom of speech. That means you can't fire me, Donald Trump, because my Facebook is all Kamala. You can't do that. You can fire me if I'm coming to work late. You can do that. But you can't fire me because of my politics or things like that. So Section F is basically trying to move that battle line, which is an administrative action, right? That's what we were talking about. I can order the federal government to do this. So that has not been blocked either. However, if and when they try to make changes to the federal workforce, they're going to run up against a lot of these due process challenges.
Yeah.
And that's where, to your point, to kind of bring it back full circle, that's where the Supreme Court may say, okay, we threw you out on the birthright citizenship. You were dead wrong there. But let's think about this. Let's chew about this one for a little bit. Because they're weighing the politics of it, too.
It's going to be very interesting to see where all of this goes. And there's so much happening right now in his first couple of weeks in office. Andrew, second topic is?
The second topic is more on the lighter side. Spirit Airlines and their survival days.
I got to tell you, this thing where...
They're banning certain... So here's the thing, though. They are a private company. So, I mean, they technically can, we talk about this all the time, right? What can the government do and what can the private sector do? So they are saying that they are banning certain looks, tattoos, and clothing.
And clothing. And Jeremy, when I think of this, initially I'm thinking, somebody with a naked woman on their arm. But what if it's a swastika, right? I mean, this is where I think we're going with this.
Look, okay, so, yes, it's a private company. Yes, they can make their own rules. They are subject. The airline industry is ridiculously regulated, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now, and the vast majority of it is going to be safety and flight plans, and you got to have the screws and the nuts tightened by somebody with this type of a background. However, when you're in the air and you are on your way to wherever, right?
Gulf of America.
Yeah, right. I want to see it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
right? Acapulco, right off the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Or is that on the other side? I don't get to travel.
It's down there. It's warm.
One of those places.
Yeah.
One of those places. When you're traveling, do you need a fight breaking out on the plane because somebody's wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt? I mean, so that part does kind of make me a little bit curious as to where's the line. Now, I will say this: if you want to stop me from showing my belly button on this airline, you better come equipped because that's how I roll.
That's right. That's right. I'm what do they call it? A crew shirt or a crew cut shirt?
A crew cut. Yeah. No, it's I can't think of it.
Yeah, whatever. So this is going to be interesting. I do recall a case where a crop top. I do recall a case where a woman sat next to a man who had all of this white supremacist stuff on his arm tattooed, and she didn't want to sit next to him. That became a big issue, and the airline sided with the woman. I could see that being an issue that might be taken seriously.
I absolutely would too, and I'll tell you this much: I've got a really good friend who's an executive at an airline. We have a lot of airlines that are headquartered here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I won't tell you which one.
Yeah,
but they monitor social media feeds in real time, and they are looking if somebody is on an airplane and having a problem. They bend over backwards not to go viral.
Right.
So they will. So they have learned that lesson the hard way.
Yep.
And the big sin is you never load the plane up, and then if you have to kick people off because we're overbooked, you're looking at you're going to have to get the militia on that plane to get people off. It's a problem.
And I'd have to imagine too that with the Spirit Airlines thing, you almost want to say why do it because why is this okay and not this? Where does the line get crossed? Where does it end? This whole thing is going to
be very interesting to watch, especially as these budget airlines start to try to change their formula where they're no longer so low budget. They're trying to pick up some of that business that they were losing. The airline industry is really very, very volatile right now. It's going to be interesting. All right. As always, Jeremy, I love having you on. Thank you so much. We love the Rosenthal Report.
Yes, we do the Rosenthal Report.
You have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you, man.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Jeremy Rosenthal with the Rosenthal Report. Quickly, Kathy, you've been waiting for a while. I'm going to squeeze you in here. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. Don't forget about New York State's groundhog, Pothole Pete.
Pothole Pete.
And also, happy birthday to Coach Izzo. He's 70 years old today.
Nice. That is
all right.
I was thinking about that this morning, just for you, Kathy. I was thinking about it.
And they're doing good. So if you want a team, take a look at them. They're doing well so far.
As a Syracuse fan, we might need one. So far, we've learned Nye has decided to go to the women. Right?
Yeah.
They're all, let's go to the women. The men are not great. Not so good.
Shout out and hello to Scott out there.
All right, cool. All right, Kathy.
Bye-bye.
You be safe out there today. Thanks.
I'm staying home.
All right. Smart. Very smart. Thank you, Kathy. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Do you think I should break and then we'll take the county executive? Hobunk is free.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a quick break, right?
Very quick.
Tony, do you have a moment to wait just for a second while we
no problem
pay some bills? Because otherwise we're going to be looking for a grant from you
or a job.
Oh boy, it's going to be awful. All right, stand by. We'll be right with you. County executive coming right up, and Hobunkus free money question as well. We'll do in a minute after Tony Pacini on WIBX.
Every once in a while, something that sounds too good to be true is actually, in fact, true. How would you like up to $4,000 of free windows? And when I say $4,000 of free windows, I mean $4,000 of free windows. No gimmicks or games. You don't have to buy $4,000 to get $4,000 free. You just get up to $4,000 of free windows through Patriot Home Solutions and NYSERDA. Of course, some restrictions apply. But none of these restrictions are income-based, and you don't have to sit through a long, drawn-out sales presentation. Give Patriot a call at 315-401-0440, and they can quickly tell you over the phone if you qualify or how you can get qualified. That's 315-401-0440. These aren't any windows. They're high-quality, custom-fitted windows designed to save energy and keep the cold air out all winter. Your window solution is Patriot Home Solutions. Online at patriothomesolutions.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Yelled at by everybody over YouTube, and I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you my ignorance. I do not use a PC, and they won't let me use my Mac in here because I don't know why. But so I have to use this thing. I could fix the Mac. I cannot figure out how to fix the audio settings on this. There was an update on the computer. Every time there's an update, it screws with all the settings, and we have a problem. So it's something we just live with here. Especially in the age of amazing technology, we live with this each time there's an update. Luckily, we have the county executive to go to who can, cheer us up just a little bit.
Hopefully.
County Executive Anthony Picenti, who is our hometown hero here this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning on another snowy day.
Yeah, it's as we were talking with the meteorologist Ray Stajik this morning. It feels like it's one of those old-fashioned winters. At the very least, he said, well, maybe to the north, Tug Hill area. If you go up to Port Leyden, they have about 100 fewer inches than they would during an old-fashioned winter. This still seems far more typical than we have seen in previous winters in the last 10 years. 50-degree weather in January,
Yeah, it does feel old-fashioned. I mean, remembering growing up and going to school all these months, always bundled up, always with boots and everything else.
No snow days.
No, never. I can't remember in elementary school, a snow day. I just don't. Very right.
Well, I remember in the 70s when late 60s, 70s. Well, that put me in elementary. I'm sorry to bring the age difference in here, but
you're not that much younger.
I just don't look it. That's the problem I have. I'm aging really well. However you want to look at that. But I do remember where we had those blizzards where the snowbanks were 15 feet high, and I remember one year we were closed for a complete week, and we've had those types of storms, but not the severity and the amount of snow that we used to get back in the 60s and 70s.
No, and it started much earlier too.
Yeah, it did.
It was always very late November, early December. Usually Thanksgiving you had snow.
So, interestingly, this does at the very least feel as if there's a bit more. It's more normal than it has been. So, all right, we have the hometown hero. Let's talk about that program.
Well, a few years ago, it was brought to me that the group wanted a group of veteran organizations, and along with the Daughters of the American Revolution, and just this, this group wanted to put together a banner program that they had seen in other parts, I guess, of the country, and it was really interesting and unique, and really then took off from there. But it started 3 years ago, and with banners you were allowed to send in a picture of your hometown hero, someone who had served in any branch of the military, male, female, whatever, or anything connected during those wartime years. As far back as World War One, if there was someone, or World War Two, obviously, and throughout the various conflicts, and state their name, obviously name on the banner, picture, and their rank, and where they, what branch and what conflict they served in, and it just really took off. Really started in Utica and just took off tremendously in the first year, and then since then we started adding different communities to it, different villages, and throughout the county, and then Rome came on board, and now we're adding Verona and Durhamville and New London, and it just continues. I think they said yesterday at least 14 or 1,500 banners, and then that's a lot, and especially when you see the Parkway line, the downtown areas line, Griffiths Park line, the Village of New York Mills, and Village of now the Village in New Hartford, and just all the way through, and it is really a great way in which to honor our veterans, but also as the individuality of it for families, and I'm one of those, and it's really heartwarming and proud because especially for those of us who really didn't know. My father was a World War II vet. And I didn't know really much about it. I mean, bits and pieces here because they didn't speak of it, but also, we never got a chance to acknowledge him at that time, or even recognize, and really understand what that was all about. Sure. And I think that for family members, it gives you that opportunity to really, designate another part of your family's history, but also the love for your father, mother, brother, uncle, grandfather, whatever. I mean, whoever that, you weren't able to show because of different reasons. So I think it just is a real special program, and that's why I was glad to kick it off again yesterday with we had Mayor Lanigan with us. We had Scott Masacchio, the town supervisor from Verona. We had Mike Gentile who was representing Mayor Galimi, and so we, again, kicking it off. Yesterday was really a special day, and I thought, with the groups and the people involved, it was a special occasion.
We had somebody messaging in this morning asking about what about active duty members of the community? Is there any plans to possibly have the opportunity to honor them?
I know I should know the answer to that. Andrew, I don't know. I didn't know if that was one of the criteria. I know, the heroes, are widespread, especially when you look at, the various conflicts that our men and women have been involved with, especially over the last several years, between Afghanistan and just the other pieces overseas. So we'll have to get an answer back to you on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's a great program, and it is it's a great way to salute these local people, and I think we oftentimes fall short in that regard. So it's good to see that we're doing it.
We do, and it's MoaValleyHeroes.com. You can go on, and it's another 3-year plan. So you sign up, you bring, you send your picture in, because they've given back all the banners to everyone that have been flying for the last 3 years now, and because obviously they fade, but I've got my dad's, and it's in really good shape, even with the weather it faced, because it's on, and it gets displayed from Memorial Day to Veterans Day.
Okay, all right.
And then they come down, and so really, really special, really, special way to say thank you and just to, to honor these people.
Pretty awesome. And we do want to say to you, County Executive, Happy Lunar New Year.
That's right.
Happy Lunar New Year. That's right.
We want to say it proudly. We want to say it in the native language.
And here's how
新
you
年快乐，
新年快乐.
There you go.
If you want
新
to.
年快乐。
That's why all the schools are closed.
That is why the schools are closed today. Yep.
Yes.
So there you go. 新年快乐.
新年快乐。
There you go. I'm bilingual.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. All right, County Executive, we appreciate it. Thank you for this. It's a positive.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
Take
County Executive Anthony Piceni. Let's do Habaika's free money question of the day. Chance for you to win $200 here this morning. And Davey, you are looking for caller number what?
7.
Seventh caller through the lines right now at 315-736-0186.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you've ordered a Tempur-Pedic mattress somewhere other than Mattress Express and have waited 7 days or longer for delivery, stop waiting, cancel it, bring the receipt to Mattress Express. We'll give you a sale price or a $200 prepaid Visa card and get it delivered fast.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Here's weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. Like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Okay, every day we give you a chance to win our Habaika free money question of the day, and it's worth, today, $200. And Eric is in Deerfield ready to take a shot at this morning's question.
Oh, Eric.
Hello, Eric. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Andrew. How you doing?
Good.
Wonderful.
You ready to go here? You ready for this?
I think I'm ready.
All right. You know the deal. You'll have 7 seconds to answer the question and get an answer in for the buzzer in order to win. This is, if you're ready, the contest from the category called You Finish the Lyrics. Okay? I'll read lyrics and you finish them for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Andrew, you ready?
Always.
Here we are. Seasons. Oh, that's Seasons in the Sun. It's the wrong one. Sorry.
That's what I was going to say.
Seasons of the night. Yes. Sorry. Here is the line. You have to give me the next line. Nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. We can be like they are. What is the song title? Is what I'm looking for. Ready, go. Nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain.
I think that's a Kansas song.
Oh! You're going to go with Kansas. Oh. Well, you got it.
We're just talking about it.
Nor do the wind,
the
sun, or the rain.
They can be like we are.
We can be like they are.
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant. The first line, which I almost read to you, would have been, all right, you finish the lyrics. Seasons don't fear the reaper.
I was thinking Seasons in the Sun.
I need more cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever and on a prescription.
The song Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper. All right. Well, listen, it's hard when you go in the middle. Like that was line 2 and line 3 of the lyrics of the song. Line 1 would have completely given it away.
If I saw, what's his name with the cowbell dancing up there on SNL, I would have known it.
You would have known it. I
Right.
should have put that up there, but our YouTube feed is all screwed up today.
I just have one thing to say.
Yes, sir.
Shemus Hua.
Or whatever. And to you, too. And to
Domo
you, too.
arigato, Mr. Eric.
And your family. Happy Lunar New Year to you. All right,
新年快乐。
stand by. Davey's going to hook you up. We're going to do the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card. Davey will take care of you. Thank you, Eric.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
All right. Ryan Schmelz is Fox News Radio, and he's on the line right now. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. And to you, we want to say...
新年快乐。
新年快乐.
Kailu.
Hello. Hello.
Well, Happy New Year to you is what you should say.
That's Chinese for Happy New Year,
You know,
as in
and
Lunar New Year, as in Happy Year of the Snake.
Here in New York, the schools are all closed today for the Lunar New Year, for the Chinese New Year.
The year that is lunar.
The year that is lunar. In this case, it's a snake.
And it's been loony already.
Yeah, it has been. All right.
What do you expect?
Listen, they're doing a survey, by the way, that says, should the day after the Super Bowl be a holiday?
Yes.
And I answered the survey, but I had to add an answer in there that they didn't have. I said it should be a day of mourning. Screw this celebration crap. Should be and maybe that's what Super Bowl Sunday would be, a day of mourning.
And they should move the national championship game to a Saturday.
Yeah, right.
Why a Monday?
Don't.
Late too.
And that
Stupid.
goes for, yeah, and I guess they could do it. I want them to do it for basketball too, but I guess we have the Final Four on a Saturday, which is great. So it's like you can't really just move that to Saturday, have the Final Four on a Thursday. But I mean, it would be cool, I guess. I don't know that we didn't make it. So granted, I will say this, as somebody who worked weekends for a number of years in my industry, I do like when there is important stuff that happens on days that are not weekends.
Yes. Yeah, I guess if you're working the weekend, if that's your thing, God, if you're in the restaurant business or something like that, but then again, if you're in the restaurant business or bar business, you're working Super Bowl Sunday anyway.
Oh,
so, yeah. All right, interesting stuff. All right, the Trump administration confirmation happenings are continuing. Boy, a lot coming out on RFK. That'll be a very interesting one to watch today. And your take on all of this, including his cousin coming out and saying that RFK is a predator.
I think that this shows that we can't put anything out as in terms of a realm of possibility for today. I think that every single thing in RFK's past and everything in his present is going to be on the table. And I think that his hearing is going to be that much more contentious today. It is going to be a major hearing where his answers today are going to be could make or break his nomination.
Yeah, and now is where the Mitch McConnell vote, the no vote on Friday, opened the door for others who may be apprehensive to say, boy, I think I may be joining Mitch McConnell on a no vote here, and I can vote no. I won't be alone, although there will be hell to pay, I would expect, if you do vote no. But I do think so far the president has been, if it looks like at any point he doesn't have the support that he needs, that person steps down and they bring in somebody else.
Yeah, I think that, it's an advising consent role, right? That's what the senators will say, that, if there's any flaws with this candidate, it's their job to expose it so the president can make the right choice on whether this person should stay the nominee. So, I think that there's probably some conservatives out there who do think there probably would be better people for this job. But, of course, he's the president's pick, and they've got to give President Trump the benefit of the doubt. And I think certainly today is an opportunity for him to clear up some of those concerns Republicans have, which is that he has a very pro-choice history. He's got a very, there could be some serious regulations that are involved in his efforts to curb big food. So I think that a lot of that could be under the microscope.
It doesn't help, though, when you have him on audio, on microphone, saying there are no safe vaccines out there. And that is really what's coming back to haunt him. And then to have almost all of your family, the Kennedy family, coming out against you, at the very least opens the door for issues. However, when you really think about it, everyone, the Kennedys and everybody else all came out against Donald Trump. And that didn't do anything. On Election Day, did it?
Yeah, not really. Yeah. And, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it all depends how he answers these questions and how he goes about it. So we'll see.
All right.
This is an opportunity to clear some of those statements up. So keep that in mind.
All right. It's going to be
It'll probably be Murkowski, McConnell, and Collins that will vote no again, and Vance will come in.
I would predict this today. You're going to have a couple of other Republicans who might step away today. And I think the Mitch McConnell vote on Friday opens that door. We'll see. I could be wrong. But let's not forget, this is a Democratic family. I don't care what he says. He's always been a Democrat. So there'll be a little less loyalty there, I feel. We'll see what happens. But I got to tell you, Brian, this is must-see TV, I really think.
It definitely will be must-see TV, that's for sure.
Have a great day. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. We have news coming up next.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Anthony Constantino. He's a local boy, a businessman, and a job creator, not a politician. He's the CEO of Sticker Mule. When he put the country's largest Vote for Trump sign on the roof of his building, the Democrat mayor threatened to put him in jail. But Anthony Constantino stood strong for free speech and Donald Trump. He refused to take down the sign. Now he's running for Congress to fill the seat being vacated by Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Constantino will fight to put our missile defense at Fort Drum, to protect our apple and dairy farmers, and to bring jobs and affordable housing back to upstate New York. Urge your Republican and Conservative Party leaders to support Anthony Constantino in the upcoming special election.
I'm Anthony Constantino, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Constantino for Congress.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Americans' overall health is in a grievous condition.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plans to tell senators in 2 hours in the first of 2 days of confirmation hearings for the controversial Trump nominee to lead Health and Human Services.
There's already dozens of people lining up, supporters of RFK Jr. outside this hearing room where he will face the Senate Finance Committee.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reads more of what will be Kennedy's opening statement.
News reports have claimed that I am anti-vaccine or anti-industry. Well, I am neither. I am pro-safety. I worked for years to raise awareness about the mercury and toxic chemicals in fish. That didn't make me anti-fish. All of my kids are vaccinated, and I believe vaccines have a critical role in healthcare.
Well, a lot of Democrats oppose Kennedy, like Senator Brian Schiff.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. We do have a winter storm warning in effect until 1 a.m. tomorrow. Wind advisory in effect from 10 a.m. today until 9 p.m. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Right now in Marcy, it's snowing and 30 degrees. Again, full forecast in minutes. That winter storm warning will remain in effect for Oneida County as the area deals with heavy snowfall. The National Weather Service says some locations may end up seeing between 7 and 13 inches of precipitation. There are also concerns strong wind gusts and blowing snow could make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, especially during the morning and evening commutes. Updates on road conditions are available by dialing 511. Utica police took 31-year-old Anthony Swain into custody Tuesday after he fled officers and barricaded himself inside a Walker Street home. Police responded to reports of a man with a gun and chased Swain before he locked himself in a second-floor bedroom. Crisis negotiators and Metro SWAT arrived, and after negotiations, Swain surrendered peacefully. He had multiple outstanding warrants, including criminal possession of a weapon and aggravated harassment. The initial firearm report remains under investigation. The latest data from the state shows the number of flu cases continue to grow in the region. During the week ending January 18th, the spot with the highest infection total was Onondaga County with 504. That was followed by Oneida County with 209 and Oswego County with 127. Experts say the best way for people to reduce their risk of getting sick is to practice good hygiene and get a flu shot. A list of immunization clinics can be found online at vaccines.gov. If you shop at Wegmans, they're giving customers a heads up about a recall involving one of their more popular products. The supermarket chain says there are concerns. It's food you feel good about. Chicken breast nuggets may contain bone pieces. The nuggets were sold in 46-ounce bags and had a best buy date of August 26th, 2025. Anyone who bought the nuggets can either throw them out or return them for a full refund. So far, illnesses or injuries have not been reported. Fans of the Dave Matthews Band now have a date they can circle on their calendars. The group is going to perform at Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse Tuesday, May 17th. The Grammy Award winners have released a total of 10 studio albums during a career that's lasted decades. Tickets for the show go on sale February 21st at 10 a.m. through Live Nation. And tickets for Super Bowl 59 are cheaper than last year's big game, but they're still some of the most expensive in Super Bowl history. This year, we'll see the Philadelphia Eagles face off against the Kansas City Chiefs in New Orleans, a rematch of Super Bowl 57, and the last stop on the Chiefs' hopes to win 3 Super Bowls back-to-back-to-back. Average ticket prices are about $8,000, while the cheapest tickets as of Monday were more than $5,700. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:08.
Atmosphere had to fight off some dry air, so totals have come down a bit still. Some spots, a couple of inches overnight. Still nasty out there with a winter storm warning. Wind advisory will kick in later this morning, so snow showers and blowing snow and falling temperatures, although just above freezing early, falling into the mid-20s this afternoon. Certainly going to make for some tricky travel. Chance of snow showers tonight, and it looks like we'll drop down to about 9 below zero with a wind chill. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now it's 30 with snow falling at 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW Nika 43 local contractors. The NFL Pro Bowl roster is shaping up. Steelers veteran quarterback Russell Wilson and Patriots rookie gunslinger Drake May were named to the AFC roster on Tuesday. They're replacing Bills star Josh Allen and Ravens dynamic quarterback Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, Buccaneers veteran signal caller Baker Mayfield earned a spot on the NFC roster in place of Commanders rookie Jaden Daniels. The Pro Bowl kicks off from Orlando on Sunday. The NBA has officially announced the date for the 2025 NBA draft. The first round of the 2025 NBA draft will be Wednesday, June 25th at Barclays Center, home of the Brooklyn Nets. The second round of the draft will be the following night. Both rounds are scheduled to begin at 8 p.m. Eastern. This marks the second year of the draft's two-night format. Teams will once again be on a 5-minute time limit for picks in the first round and a 4-minute limit in the second round. In other NFL stories, the Giants are likely to upgrade the quarterback position during the offseason. General Manager Joe Schoen confirmed Tuesday he has met with Colorado signal caller Shedeur Sanders. Schoen was complimentary of Sanders as a player and as a student of the game. The Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year threw for 4,134 yards and 41 touchdowns last season. New York went 4-13 and has the third overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. And the Jets still have to fill out their coaching staff. Detroit Lions passing game coordinator Tanner Engstrand is a candidate to become the Jets' new offensive coordinator under Aaron Glenn. The Green and White hired Glenn following a successful tenure as the defensive coordinator of the Lions. Texans quarterbacks coach Jared Johnson and Rams assistant Nick Caley are also in the running for the job. And if you care, the Syracuse basketball team, if you're going to be up late anyway, they'll be playing Stanford at Maple Pavilion in California. SU hasn't played since Saturday when they lost to Pittsburgh 77-73 and saw the record this season drop to 9 wins and 11 losses. Tip-off this evening is set for 11 p.m., and the game will air on ESPN Dos.
So I was trying to think of scenarios. Do you realize we're going into February this weekend?
Yes.
And I was trying to figure out a way, how could Syracuse make it into the tournament?
Miracle.
Can you check that? That's a little schedule there. How can we figure out how to get Syracuse into the NCAA tournament?
There's no way they're going to get into the tournament.
The ACC tournament.
No way.
Whoa,
no way.
Davey, let me finish. And I do believe that there's probably the only way that they'd even have any consideration is if they were to win out and knock off a bunch of big teams. That might allow them to get in and then win out the season. And, maybe they lose one game going forward, but they were to win out. That is not going to happen.
ACC tournament.
Number two, the only way they could do it is by winning the ACC tournament.
They might not even make the ACC tournament because there's a new clause in the thing.
I know that.
The bottom 5 teams in the thing don't even get in.
In order to get into the ACC tournament, they're going to have to win.
Yeah.
And that is not going to happen. I don't think Syracuse makes the NIT.
No
way.
Or the BID or the TIP.
Or they're not going to make the TP tournament either, the toilet bowl.
Yeah, they're not going to make that one.
Or they won't
make
the
it.
新年快乐
bowl.
新年快乐.
Did you see they released
Please say that to someone today if you like, and that would
if
mean
you can.
Happy New Year. And
did you see they released the football schedule yesterday for next year?
I did see that. I did not read the schedule, but it's a tough schedule.
It's tough.
In fact,
Belichick's going to be in town.
The headline is, it's the toughest schedule in NCAA football.
Here's their first 3 games. Tennessee on the road, August 30th. UConn at home, Colgate, Clemson, and Duke.
Big. Yeah, that's a big schedule. Mike says, what time do you want me to swing over for the Pro Bowl party you're having? I'll be bringing some of those chicken nuggets I bought at Wegmans. Or you can get the Lay's potato chips that could kill you. Did you see that
story?
story?
That story. My gosh.
So apparently these 13-ounce bags of Lay's potato chips have milk, undeclared milk in them. And that could mean...
if you're lactose intolerant.
If you're allergic, it could kill you to the amount that's in there. So beware of that. Those are the 13-ounce Lay's potato chips. Wild. And then Doug. Hold on, I got to find Doug's. By the way, Syracuse can get in if every single other team in the ACC is in a major plane crash and every single other basketball player is killed.
Take that back.
Talk about doom and gloom.
Jeez.
God, it would be awful if that happened. But Doug, I want to play read Doug's comment. By the way, YouTube is working. We have it up and working, and I just want to give you a little bit of background.
Audio's working now, too?
Doug is being critical.
Okay.
Yesterday, we saw there was an update, and so we decided after the show, let's, and actually it was Megan's idea, let's restart it. Let's add the update now.
You're blaming Megan.
No, I'm not. But it did not do the update on the software for the program. It did the computer. Anyway. I said every time this computer updates, it throws us off, and we're off the next day. So she said, let's do it now, so if we see there's a problem, we'll know it. So we did. We restarted everything, and it looked like it was good, but we were off the air, so there was no audio feeding. I couldn't see the VU meters weren't working. This morning, we go live. We went for an hour trying to figure it out, and finally
Dana
I just shut it off.
Us and said no audio.
There was no audio on YouTube. So I finally figured it out. As I said, I'm a Mac guy. I really don't know PCs, and that's what this is. So I'm telling you this because of Doug's comment, Davey. Are you ready? Doug apparently didn't like the way I was telling everybody you hit a horse yesterday.
Oh.
Did you hit a horse? Microphone, please. They can't see you shaking your head.
I will admit, I did not hit a horse.
Okay. Well, they're from the horse's mouth, Davey. Doug says, shame on you for not knowing how to use a PC. In your industry, which he says he knows for a fact, most of the computers in your industry are PCs. You know why?
Pieces of crap. That's what that stands for.
PCs are cheap, and radio stations are cheap. They don't want to spend any money. Could you imagine a radio station filling its building with Mac computers?
They'd only have to do it once every 8 years.
It would come out of our salary.
10 years.
It'd come out of our salary.
PC stands for piece of crap.
Couldn't buy an entire laptop. Anyway, shame on you for not knowing how to use a PC. And he's probably right. In your industry, you need to know how to use all platforms. This is a failure on your part, Bill. I'm sorry.
Failure!
Ignorance is not bliss. Okay. Well. Isn't that special? I want to tell you about the Steve. Thank you for that, Doug. It really makes me feel better today. Thank you. The Steve Ponte Mazda New Year's new Mazda sales event is back. We've increased, says Ricky Z, we've increased our inventory with over 150 new Mazdas available. We're in a New York state of mind. You know, he's a big Billy Joel guy. Save on the new Mazda lease or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s, CX-5s, CX-50s, CX-70s, and CX-90s. See the dealership for details. And as Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda from the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction. It's Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. I also want to tell you that this is the final few days of the biggest sale of the year. When this sale ends, you know the home show is coming and springtime is just around the corner. It's the final weeks of the New York Sash Buy 2 windows, get 1 free sale. And I don't know if you've noticed, but are your windows a bit drafty? Your heating bills are high? Are your window frames old or rotted? Do you have trouble opening them or keeping them open? That's another issue. Or closing them after you open them. Do you have storm windows on that are just ugly? These are just some of the reasons why it's time to upgrade to a New York Sash premium replacement window. Not only are they custom made for your home, but they're custom made for our weather. The buy 2 New York Sash windows, buy 2, get 1 free sale from New York Sash only happens once a year, and there's only a few weeks left. So go to New York Sash and check out their windows on display, or go online to newyorksash.com to set up a free price quote. You'll be pleased that you did. And I got to tell you, we have a family member who right now has worked out their order with New York Sash, and they're doing windows and siding
That's a
for
great
their
upgrade.
home.
Great for your
and
home.
Andrew, in terms of real estate, what does that do for the property value when you it's not going to raise your taxes?
No.
That's something very important to know. You can improve your house in New York State And your taxes, even though your assessment may change at the bank, it's not going to change for the town in that regard, most likely. But it does increase the value when you sell.
100%. The only thing that triggers a reassessment of your taxes is if you had to pull a building permit for something or if they're doing the whole neighborhood.
Which is why I say when you're doing home improvements, do it quietly, do it in your backyard, and never pull a permit.
Don't pull it.
I don't say that. Start the new year with a debt-free opportunity and stress-free with GPO Federal Credit Union. Simplify your finances with balanced transfer rates as low as 3.99% APR for 12 months, or consolidate high-interest debt into one manageable payment with their personal loans at GPO. And you don't stop there. GPO has partnered with Balance, a program to provide you with free virtual or in-person sessions with financial advisors. Together, they say, at GPO, they'll help you create a personalized plan to help you take control of your finances and achieve all of your goals. Why wait? Let GPO help you start fresh in 2025. Visit their website, gpofcu.com, for all the details, or visit any branch today. Debt-free, stress-free. Start your journey with GPO today. Subject to credit approval, membership eligibility required, rates and terms based on credit worthiness. Balance transfer rates revert back to normal card rate after the 12th month. Contact GPO for more information. Coming up, we'll speak with Ryan Nobles from NBC. We'll talk a little Notre Dame High School as well, coming right up.
The Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation wants to thank the local community and participating businesses for their continued support. The 8th annual CNY Wing Wars, scheduled for February 1st at Harts Hill Inn in Whitesboro, has once again sold out. Attendees will sample all the wings and vote for best wing and most unique wing, alongside a panel of celebrity judges. 2025 participants include Tony's on Commercial Drive, Celtic Heart, Pizza Boys, Hot Off the Brick, Piggy Pat's, Fratello's Pizzeria, Franco's of Whitesboro, Knucklehead's Brewhouse, Pizzeria Italia, The Crust Kitchen and Bar, Ray Brothers Barbecue, and Utica Barbecue. Beverages donated by McCrafe Beverage. Posters donated by PJ Green. Thank you also to WKTV and WIBX Bill Keeler Show. Proceeds assist Central New York cancer patients in financial need, living in or having active treatment in Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga counties. Visit thejmcf.org to learn more.
If you thought about a bed you can make soft and firm on each side before you buy one anywhere, shop the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort at Mattress Express. Compare features, compare price, and compare warranty. 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Hey, Central New York. This is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussion from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You got kicked out of the door.
Can you hear me right now? So today is a very special day. It is the Chinese New Year, the most important holiday in the Chinese culture. And we want to all say to you today, Andrew,
新年快乐.
新年快乐. Happy New Year.
Why do you say it
China,
like
the
that?
Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on. With all our maisons. I hope the Smoky Man's in this one like Harrison Ford.
This is the anthem, by the way, for the holiday.
Like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs and rhyme the kind with tiny enough just so my irons aren't always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes to make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think...
You ever try to do that in karaoke?
I could do it.
It's hard. I don't know the song well enough, but it's hard.
Yeah, I mean,
you can
if
do
you
it.
know the
You
pattern
gotta
of
know
the
it.
song,
You gotta know it.
you can just read the lyrics. But
it's hard.
You remember the bare naked ladies guy got arrested in Fayetteville?
Yeah, he had a girlfriend in Syracuse, and somehow things got. I think
drugs involved.
He left the
allegedly.
band. I think he left the band.
新年快乐.
新年快乐to
No,
you
see,
too.
you're la. You're saying la, and it's le.
新年快乐.
Le.
I'm from the western part of China, where they say "Xin Wan Kuai La." Central China. It's a big country.
It is
with a lot of people.
Yep.
And if you're going to think that everybody's going to pronounce it the same way, you're living in a dream world, Andrew.
Okay.
Xin Yang Kuai La.
Kai Lu.
You say Lu, I say La.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Let's call the whole thing off. Big news, of course, came recently with Notre Dame and the announcement regarding the hockey program, partnership with Rob Esch. It'll bring some of the best hockey players in the country here to what will be essentially a prep school. Working through Notre Dame, really a big boost in the arm for Notre Dame. Rick Hensel is the principal there, and I'm not sure that you know, but this week is and Sergio, hold on, we've not talked to you in the longest time. I saw you're in my queue, so hold on, we're going to get to you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the principal of Notre Dame Central High School,
Notre Dame High School,
Notre Dame High School, is Rick Hensel. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Good to be with you.
And happy Catholic Schools Week.
Thank you very much.
So, can we start by just talking about that this prep school partnership you have with Rob Esch? It really seems to be just what you guys needed right now.
Yes, absolutely. So it was good to be with you back when we broke that announcement. As I shared before, we're really excited about that new partnership with Rob. And things are looking good. I know he's working hard to start recruiting folks for his program. And we're looking at, he's projecting right now about 60, 65 new students starting in the fall. So
wow, that's awesome.
An opportunity for us. Yeah, that's great.
Well, listen, it's great news. And what do you for Catholic Schools Week? I'm assuming this is a big week about promoting the option of being able to go to Catholic school and the benefits of going to Catholic school.
Yeah, so it's a national celebration. Celebrate Catholic Schools Week. So every Catholic school around the country is kind of doing this right now. There's a set theme for each day, celebrating different facets of our life, everything from our parishes and our pastors to our families, students, faculty, staff. We had a snow day yesterday, and of course it was Student Appreciation Day. So I think they're not so bummed out by the fact that they lost out what we had planned in school for them, but we're still going to do it for them on Friday.
Okay.
But, people ask me as recently as a week ago, can you summarize for us what makes Notre Dame different? And I say very simply 3 words: faith, service, and leadership. And I think those are really the hallmarks of the Catholic education, and you see that in the themes that we're celebrating this week. So it's just an awesome time to reflect on the gifts that Catholic education has given to our nation, but certainly even to our local community. How many local leaders have been shaped by Catholic education. So, we're very proud of that. We're celebrating it. And, true to my Jesuit education, I'm a graduate of Le Moyne College. The Jesuits would say that a Catholic education aims to educate the whole person. We do really well with the academics, the educating the head, but educating the heart is equally as important. forming empathetic, service-oriented leaders. That's our goal at Notre Dame and in Catholic education. So it's a great time to celebrate that.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you share your experience at Le Moyne with students. It's a great school. My son went to Le Moyne, but I'm sure when you share that,
myself as well. Don't
you
forget.
leave out Dolphy Day. I'll bet you don't talk about that.
Yeah. Everyone loves Dolphy Day.
Yeah, that's a big celebration. You think
With the winter and the
Day.
snow, we may not have it this year. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it could be. Somebody has told us that now this year you went without football,
basketball,
or without basketball. Oh, right.
Come on, don't be screwing around.
But listen, this year I'm talking about. You're about to have a football program like you haven't had in decades. I am hearing, and I wanted to know if you can confirm that. In fact, you have so many players this year that have come to play football in Notre Dame that you may be in a situation where you have to cut players. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think we'll be in a position where we need to cut, but we definitely have it. So we went to 8-man a couple of years ago, as most small schools around us have. But we're definitely confident that, with the growing enrollment and, bringing on some new coaches that we'll be able to grow, we're looking at going back to 11-man for sure. And we're thinking we're going to have a good competitive team. So that's always been the goal. The strategic plan, Vision 2029 is at work, and that enrollment's growing, and it's given us these new opportunities to get back to where we once were.
Now, Notre Dame is officially is it a Class C now or Class D?
I'm not absolutely sure, to be honest.
Where you're going to be?
It changes from year to year
based on enrollment.
Based on enrollment and different factors with the section. So, and going to 11-man could change that too. We'll have to stand by.
Well, listen, I think that is here's what I would say about that. Once you went down from 11-man, you don't see a lot of schools come back from that. Basically, you're having a declining a program that's declining. You don't have as many kids coming out, and you can't compete with 11-man. So you reduce that. To be able to come back from that and then come back with the explosion that you guys seem to be coming back with in terms of numbers, that's pretty darn impressive.
No, it is. And, we talked about the hockey academy, and I think a lot of people think, well, the football program's growing, the basketball is going to come back because of the hockey program. Those kids actually can't participate in our sports because their life is going to be hockey.
All hockey, yeah.
So this is actually just based on regular enrollment growth, which is a beautiful thing. So, it's definitely an exciting time at Notre Dame.
Now, do you feel that basketball will be coming back because of that?
I'm confident, yes.
Yeah.
We have a very strong JV team right now. All kids who are, right in that age bracket where they're ready to move up to varsity next year. So, when that news broke as well, of course, there was concern, and obviously it's a sad time. But as I shared, we're coming back. It wasn't a goodbye. I'm confident we'll be back next year.
If we can talk just a little bit about that, the reason for that decision. So one would say, well, you only need, Brookfield plays. They only have a graduating class of 12 kids. But by doing this, and tell me that I'm wrong, this is just my assumption of why this was done. By doing it this way, you allowed some of those players who were a little bit older and really maybe looking for some college placement based on basketball, or really just wanted to play out competitively in their final couple of years of high school basketball. You allowed them, because you didn't offer the program this year, you allowed them to play somewhere else.
We didn't have anyone actually take us up on that offer.
No, you didn't?
No, we only had one single senior that would have been on the team, and he actually decided to do indoor track instead. He's a very good, in the spring at track, Christian Babiars. So shout out to him. But, the rest of them were, freshmen. We had a couple sophomores who are playing on the JV team with us. Didn't want to go to another school to play varsity, and so they're on our JV team. But, I said before, it was a mostly young team. And we just felt that developmentally this was the best approach, to give them a year to build their strength, come together as a team, grow that, and move forward to a better varsity program next year, a more competitive one.
So it sounds like you didn't have those older kids, those older students who would have missed out because of this. You didn't have that to worry about.
Nope. It was really just a lack of interest in the sport, sad to say.
That is incredible when you think about it.
Yeah. But no, we're on track. We'll be back next year.
All right. Well, listen, anything else you want to add, Andrew? I know you're very
No, I just
alumni,
think people need to take a look and appreciate what Catholic schools have done for the community, and they're very involved with community service, working local events. The NJROTC program at Notre Dame is an extension of that, and I credit the person I am today. I credit my Catholic education with the person I am today. Some may argue, but...
Here.
Right. Some may argue that you shouldn't be boasting. That was what they'd say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're proud of you, Andrew. I just got to put in a quick plug, though. Actually, two quick ones. You said ROTC. Our NJROTC unit, there's only about 60 kids in that program, and most NJROTC units around the country, including even locally, their units are typically bigger than the entire population of Notre Dame High School.
Wow.
And we compete nationally. They actually just won. We hosted for the first time the Area 1 drill competition, which was the top 5 schools in all of Area 1, and we cleaned house.
Nice.
And that means that they're now heading to Pensacola, Florida for a 4th time to compete at the national competition. So it's an awesome program. And if you don't want to take me at my word for any of this, you can check us out this Thursday, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. We have our ND Expo open house, where you can see our students on full display. The ROTC armed exhibition, unarmed exhibition teams will be performing. The cheerleaders always do great. The elementary school choir, the high school band, you can see all of that. You could take a tour. So come out and check us out tomorrow night.
Very cool. All right. We appreciate it, Rick. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
And have a great day. Rick Hensel.
You too.
Is the principal at Notre Dame. Quickly before I break, I want to go to Sergio down in Ilion. Sergio, good morning. It's been a while.
Good morning. Kung hei fa choi.
Yes.
That's the Cantonese wishing you prosperity.
So you do speak speak Cantonese.
We should have just had Sergio do this.
You do not.
So my father was born in northern China, a city called Harbin, and he spoke Mandarin.
Wow.
But I grew up in San Francisco, and you're like everybody's Cantonese there. So, I mean, that was all you heard was kung hei fa choi, kung hei fa choi.
Kung hei fa choi.
Yeah.
All right.
The Mandarin version, which one did you do?
What did we do? Was it Mandarin or was it?
I think it may have been Mandarin.
This is the problem because I've done things where we've called and tried to use a translator to speak with someone in China, and if you get it wrong, if you're doing the wrong region, it's a completely different language.
Because Mandarin would be Kong Si Fa Kai.
Kong Si Fa Kai is, and that would be Happy New Year.
No, well, they don't say Happy New Year. They wish you prosperity.
I see.
So if we want to go Cantonese, it's not going to let me do the audio. The version we've been playing throughout the morning is Chinese simplified. Here's Chinese traditional.
新年快乐.
All right, so
okay.
It's the same.
新年快乐. Huh.
Hold on. Hey, Siri, how do you say Happy New Year in Mandarin Chinese?
In Mandarin Chinese, it is.
In Mandarin Chinese, Happy New Year is 新年快乐.
新年快乐. Yeah, that's what she says. But you can't trust Siri.
That's
you
what she
can't
said.
trust her today. She's all nuts lately. You just don't know.
I asked my father. I said, "How is it? I mean, it's a big country, but it's so confusing. I mean, they don't even always sound alike." And he says, "Well, all the hieroglyphics or the writing is constant throughout China. It's just that every region has its own way of saying things."
Right.
And I still said that's still confusing.
Well, listen, you ever try to understand somebody from Louisiana? Ooh, baby.
That's discriminatory.
I'm going to tell you, they're speaking the same language. You would not know it. Very interesting. Well, Sergio, it's great to hear from you, and thank you for your call this morning. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, have a great day. And Happy New Year. Quick break. We'll come right back. Ryan Noble's coming up from NBC. Tom, stand by. I'll get to you. I got a bunch of calls. 315-736-0186. Did I mention YouTube is back up and running? We'll put a full show up later on later in the day of earlier when the audio just wasn't there. It's coming up at WIBX.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
We're your complete appliance center, and we service what we sell. Dave Hayes.
Pack a more powerful clean with a Maytag dishwasher. Get serious cleaning strength with enhanced wash for more water and heat. Plus Sandy Rinse to deliver a confident clean and heated dry with fan to dry dishes completely. Even fit bulky dishes with an adjustable upper rack. Shop Dave Hayes Appliance Center, 5168 Commercial Drive, Yorkville, or online at davehayesappliance.com.
It's a winter wonderland of deals at Steed Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer. Drive in to unbeatable offers on vehicles built to handle snow and ice. Own the 2025 Trax RS with the Driver's Confidence Package for just $319 a month. Or tackle winter with the 2024 Silverado Crew Cab LT 4-wheel drive. Lease for just $425 a month. Hurry, these deals won't last. Offers end January 31st. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Lease terms are 3 years, 10,000 miles per year. Mileage penalty of 25 cents per mile over 30,000 miles. Lessee must have a current Chevy lease in the household. Customer must qualify and sign up for the new GM card. All taxes, fees, $2,000 down, and first payment due at delivery. Track stock number 25183. Silverado stock number 24621. See salesperson for details. Find your perfect winter ride today at Steep Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer, where it's always easy to do business. Together, let's drive.
Hungry for something new? Discover Chef's Express, a bakery on a mission. Nestled in downtown Utica at 241 Genesee Street, they serve your favorite baked goods, mouth-watering breakfast sandwiches, savory lunches, and delicious desserts. Plus, catering options for your event. And every bite at Chef's Express helps people with disabilities in our community thrive. Stop in Monday through Friday or visit chefsexpressutica.com. That's Chef's Express. Great food with a greater purpose.
It's time now to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract, throw it overboard with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month. You can choose a free iPhone 14 or free Samsung Galaxy. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 25 gigs of data, mobile hotspot. You get all of it. Also, they use the same 5G network. So get your free iPhone 14 or your Samsung Galaxy. You simply dial pound 250. You say the keyword SAVE NOW from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
We have Deb Kessler here to talk about the Home Show.
Home Show is at the Nexus Center in Utica. Encompasses all 3 rinks of the Nexus Centers, and we have about 200 vendors. We have a kid zone area where we're going to have the Utica Zoomobile, the Utica Children's Museum, lots of things to see and do at the Home Show this weekend.
So can you let our audience know what exactly is the Home Show?
So the Home Show is everything you can think of for home improvement products and services. So you don't have to be a homeowner to attend because you're going to pick up on a lot of other different products and services, you know, whether it's you need a new bed or whether you need new furniture or you just want to come in and, you know, attend the tasting section where we have all New York State wineries and all specialty food items. This weekend show is Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
How can people buy tickets?
Get the line and save a little bit. It's Home Show at nexuscenter.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
right, let me go to Tom. Has been waiting in Utica. Hi, Tom. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
Overrun with that anthem is really pretty neat. Hey, by the way, that's a zippy piece. Look, I was just thinking, zippy. If you keep using that simplified Chinese, you're only going to be able to have conversations with Chinese simpletons. And that's not going to be very rewarding.
So you feel that we're being way too simple in our Chinese, but think of us. I mean, we're pretty simple. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Use the good stuff.
Yes.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, Tom. 315.
This show may not last past the show.
7360186. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Lucia.
Hi, Bill. Good morning.
Good morning, Lucy.
Show.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing well. Doing well. Doing well.
So, what's new in the world?
Well,
there's snow.
There's a lot of snow. And,
we're buried in snow. My God.
And especially if you're in the higher elevations or to the north,
right.
they got hit pretty well. So.
Mountains, yeah. It's pretty when you see the trees. It's so beautiful, but
I hate it. I think it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I feel we get snow right around Christmas time, and then let it go. Let it go, like the Disney song.
Right. Yeah, I hate it. The ice is very dangerous. I hate to, anyway, dangerous with accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
nonetheless, it is what it is. We live where we live.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we turn the page, and I don't mean to say the same thing, but it's a new time now. The guy is gone.
It's a new time. Which guy are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about Biden.
Time?
Yeah.
Yeah. New time.
You got to be happy with it. You got to be loving every bit of it. You've got your man Donald Trump in office and all of that.
Well, I would have loved it too if Biden was like that. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's not about the guy. It's about what he couldn't do. That he should have never been there.
Yeah.
But that's why. I mean, Trump, if it was anybody, and he was like, hey, for the country, for the future.
So now you have your new future with Donald Trump, which you seem to be very much looking forward to.
I seem sorry, I apologize. Somebody came in the shop. Yes, tell me.
Yeah. I'm saying it seems like you're very looking forward to the new era with Donald Trump.
I am, only because it's a new era. It's like something has been lifted from your shoulders. For 4 years, it was a negative. I mean, come on, Bill. All you got to do is look at the man. You want to die.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
So
well,
now,
I will tell you, I do know some people that feel that the addition of Donald Trump has added a new weight to their shoulders. It really depends on where you are in the country.
It's their turn to be 4 years of heaviness.
And as I heard one person say, now they can feel what I felt like in the last, because it is a real divided nation. You're only talking about half the country.
It is divided. And you know what divided? Biden divided the nation.
Biden did. I figured that would
Biden divided the nation
answer,
because before that, it was a burst of everything. Your bank account bill, everything was incredible, but now it was bad. Even the grocery, they were talking about eggs. Give me a break.
Yeah, I know.
You thought in America that would never happen. Anything.
Well, you know what? The way I look at it is, if you're not paying top dollar for an egg, you might be getting a crappy egg. So, pay the money. And Lucia, I have to move on. I got to go to Ryan Nobles. I know you like Ryan.
Nice talking to you, and Bill, I'll talk to you. Thank you so much. Beautiful show.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
That is Lucia. She is a huge Joe Biden fan.
Yeah.
Here is Ryan Nobles from NBC. Ryan, good morning.
It is interesting she doesn't care about the price of eggs anymore.
No,
that's the only thing we'll say.
Because the eggs are actually going up again. I mean, I think we're up to $6 or $7 for a dozen eggs. But that's the bird flu. This really has nothing to do with Biden or Trump. It's bird flu.
I'm sure if it happened 6 months ago, that's the impression that people would have. Yeah.
No, I think Lucy's still blaming it on Biden, to be honest with you. So. Well, listen, you got a busy. All right, we're going to get to RFK Jr. in a second. Ryan.
You see the out time? You want to go down this road, you may not get to RFK. I'm just saying.
I'm going to get there. We're not going that. We're not going that long.
All righty.
I just felt, and I just want your take on this. I know there were some calls that are extremely questionable, and it seemed like all those close calls came at important times against the Bills, and I understand that. However, I cannot get over the fact that I felt like this was the worst game offensively that was called by Brady and the Bills all season long. And they just forgot about Cook, who was running down their throat, and they just took him out of the game. That's just my take. Where are you? And more importantly, where's your daughter? Because I know she followed this very closely.
My entire family is in mourning right now.
I know.
But listen, I'm glad you brought up my kids, because I am militantly opposed to blaming the refs for a team's foibles. If you get yourself into a position where you think a bad call won or lost the game for you, that means you made a million mistakes leading up until that point.
I'm 1,000% with you.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's productive. It's not helpful to say the game was stolen, that it was fixed. I think Mahomes gets a lot of calls, and I think that probably should be something that should be looked at. I'm doing a radio hit. But sorry, I just saw some colleagues.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they made mistakes that should not have happened. And the thing that I can't get over, and to your point about the play calling, I get that Josh Allen's the best player on the planet, and I get that they thought that he should win that push-tush.
They defended against it perfectly
every single time.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely clear that Kansas City had solved for that. They schemed it. They were prepared for it, and they did absolutely nothing to adjust to the Kansas City adjustment.
Yeah.
And the fact that Josh would back up and then go over the left side every single time.
I know, change it up.
Every single time, and they didn't adjust at all, is the reason they're not playing in the Super Bowl. And so
I agree. Yeah.
That's what has me the most frustrated. That's what I can't think about it.
The thing that kills me.
I think he got that first down. I firmly believe that the ball was over the mark, but the fact that they were even in a position for it to be questioned is the fault.
Number one, in the position for it to be questioned at that part of the game, number one. Number two, the fact that we're only dealing with a quarter of an inch or whatever it was. Yes. Go to the outside. Why do you continue to do something that isn't working? And, this comes at a time after we were bragging about Brady's offensive abilities and what he has done to these Buffalo Bills. I got to tell you, if you love conspiracies, one might ask, why did he call the plays he called? I mean, I don't buy into that crap either. But if you're going to say it's the ref's fault, boy, oh boy.
Well, this is what I would say, and I think that this is, as I've tried actually not to think about it for the past 4 days because it's not good for my mental health. But I think that when you are trying to dissect what the problem is, why is it that at this stage they always fall short?
Yeah.
I keep coming back to the idea that they do not behave in those big games the same way they do in the regular season.
Yeah.
And in the regular season, if that play had been stopped twice, they would have done something different.
Yeah.
But it's something like their mentality, they freeze up, they overthink things. Those are things that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes don't do. And it's what, for some reason, even though they have a tremendous amount of experience at this level, it's something that Josh Allen, Joe Brady, and Sean McDermott still do. And it's until they can, and Josh, as much as I love him, he's the greatest athlete in Western New York sports history. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to get him a Super Bowl someday. But he definitely still has jitters.
Yeah. The opening drive was
nerve-wracking right there.
I was like, what?
Oh, my goodness.
Who is this out there?
These slow starts at this level come back to haunt them.
Yeah.
And it's I'm on an elevator, so if I lose you for a second, just stand by. But I just think that those two things are that's what I attribute to losing this. It's unbelievably frustrating, the idea they get so damn close.
I know.
And have to do it all over again. I'm reevaluating all my life choices. I do this thing when they lose at this stage, and I am so upset about it, and then I feel guilty that I'm so upset about it.
Yeah.
I then start to think about, I'm drinking too much. I'm not working out enough. I need to eat better. I'm not a good father. Why? Like, these are all things I should care more about.
I know. Did I need that last chip? Did I really need? Did I need that horrible creamy cheese dip that I utilized? Because I hate to say it, the worse it got, the more I ate. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for that therapy session. I appreciate it.
We needed it. We both needed it. And I don't know about you, but I see stories now. All right. Leading up to this game, I'm going to YouTube and grabbing as much content as I can get on this game, Chiefs-Bills. And now everywhere I turn, all I see is post-mortem and, celebration from Patrick Mahomes. I can't watch any of it.
I've literally basically removed myself from social media. My phone usage this week is going to be at an all-time low because I just don't want to be confronted with it. So
how about there was a story going around on Facebook yesterday that it was determined by NFL officials that there was a bribe taken and the NFL was playing the game over again, and people were buying into this. People were believing it. Like, I had somebody come up to me yesterday and say, "Did you hear they're going to play that game again?" I'm like, that is not true.
Or they're going to just entirely take it away from the Chiefs and give it to the Bills.
A good way to determine whether these stories are true or not, go to a reputable news source and see if the story's their main headline. And when it's not, you'll realize that trickitydickity.com isn't accurate.
Is that the website? Right.
I think it is, yeah. All right, RFK Jr., you're going to be there for this today, right?
I'm here already. I was in the hearing room this morning on the Today Show. I'm sure you were watching.
I was watching. I saw it.
Yep. Yeah, this is, he's got 2 days of hearings, and he's going to be in front of the Finance Committee tomorrow, the Health and Labor Pensions Committee tomorrow. Finance today, Health tomorrow. My gut is at this point he's on the path to confirmation. I think that it would take a dramatically poor performance over the next 2 days to derail that. I think the one thing about RFK Jr. that is his negative, that is kind of his positive in this thing, is that so much about him is already out there. There isn't too much more that you could uncover about him that would, if he's gotten to this stage and made it through, I don't think there's like a bombshell, an 11th hour bombshell like Pete Hegseth that could derail him. But I do think that there are a number of Republican senators that have questions about him. What's the difference between him and Hegseth is, there's different reasons that different senators are upset with him. Obviously there are a lot. Mitch McConnell, for instance, is worried about his vaccine stance, and particularly the polio vaccine.
Yeah.
But like somebody like James Langford of Oklahoma, who is ardently pro-life, is concerned that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be in charge of Health and Human Services, which is basically the agency that advocates and deals with reproductive health policy.
Right.
And RFK Jr. is a lifelong pro-choice politician. So it cuts both ways in this regard. Whether or not that's enough to find four Republicans that are going to vote no, I think we don't know the answer to.
All right, we'll be watching. Obviously, you'll be on the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt tonight. We'll watch for that. We burned all our time on the Bills. It was needed. All
right, yeah. We're going to have to talk to them about them again until August.
Until we're done talking about the Mets. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck
Have a good
today.
one.
All right, Ryan Nobles with NBC. Portions of the program brought to you by Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. They're accepting new patients. Call today, 315-507-4751.
Are you sick of being